Welcome back. Now, the next one is the all time favorite. Probably the best quote that I've ever come up with. I love it. I've had 4 or 5 designs done on it. I have it on the wall somewhere. I use it's a favorite of mine. It's one that I've probably sold more T-shirts with this quote than anything else. Any other T-shirts that I've sold in the entire series over the years, it always goes. Once I actually get them into production, I put them on the shelf, they're gone. I put them on the shelf, they're gone. And I think it's because it's so simple. It's evidence of greatness in simplicity. Let's just put it that way. This particular quote is evidence of greatness in simplicity. I hope my voice isn't too loud. I think I'm very close to the mic. I have to move back a little bit. And so this is the same as you see here. Beautiful quote. When I want to learn, I listen. And it's so amazing. This came from my son. I left England in 2006 to come and live in Indonesia. And prior to that, I got divorced in 1996, about that, 1996, 96, 97. And so I used to pick up my son for the weekends and all that. And there are times when he would say something to me and I wouldn't really pay attention to it. And then as he grew older, our relationship would have moments where we would quarrel over things that I easily could have avoided us quarreling over, simply because I didn't respect the fact that he was growing up fast and he was maturing, and so I still treated him like my son. This is my boy, and this came about, I think, in 2011. Trip I made back to England when I was with him. I think I went 2011, and I arrived on his birthday on the 3rd of July. Shouldn't be giving that away, but let's leave that out there. On his birthday, and was a surprise. And during the conversation, I think that day or a couple of days later, we're walking down the road, and he said something that I thought was out of context, and I got upset. And he said, "You never listen to me, and you wouldn't learn. You'd never learn how to treat me. You'd never learn how to deal with me because you never listen." And that was a jolt. That was a big jolt. I mean, we still had quarrels after that. We've had fights after that, but that taught me something, that if I want to learn, regardless of how much I know or how much I assume I know, when I really, really want to learn, if I want to learn, I should just listen. And I apply that to many things. I listen to myself when I talk. These videos I make, I probably watch them just as much, or if not more than most, because it gives me feedback on me, myself, my mannerisms, facial expression, the way I speak, the clarity, the presentation. Keep tweaking to make sure that I can actually deliver the best videos I can, because I do this myself and with the people who help me with the editing. I just get the equipment and I assemble everything and I just do it, and I do it because I love doing it, because I want to share some of the philosophies that I've adopted over the years, that I've created over the years as well. I've adopted some, I've created some, I've aligned some with others, and I've come up with my own unique set of philosophies, and I usually put them in terms of in quote terms, and which I publish on social media and on many other outlets. Also in my book and in the books coming. So learning is, I think the day I stop learning is the day I die. I don't think I'd ever stop learning. And most importantly, I don't think I'd ever stop learning about myself. And if I want to learn about me, I have to listen to me. I have to have some quiet time, some time for introspection, meditation, to hear that still small voice, to hear my conscience cry, my intuition speak, and my heart sing. See, listening is a very, very powerful thing to do. I have my wife, and when my wife wants to discuss situations, and regardless of how frustrated I am sometimes or how stressed I am with regards to business and my day, I would make time to listen. Perhaps sometimes not attentively, she would say, but I'll listen nonetheless. Same with my son. Same with my daughter. Same with my family. I make time to listen. Before I used to be very confrontational. I would talk most of the time. Now I listen, and then I will interject if you allow me to. And I don't impose my opinions on anybody anymore. And that's why a lot of things I write, I say, in my opinion. In my opinion. That's my opinion. Everybody has theirs. So listening is powerful. It's a powerful thing. It's an amazing way of re-educating. There's this assumption that we know, when in reality we don't. Like what Nietzsche said, we live under the assumption that we think, when in actuality we are being thought. And it's very interesting that we can realize that this is the case living in this COVID time. Our reality is being displayed for us. The agenda that we need to follow is being created for us. We can see it all happening. What they're telling us to do. Now you can't actually celebrate this. How many people will be in your house and all that. We thought we knew. But do we? So it's important. I think that one is an all-time favorite of mine. When I want to learn, I listen. I think the world is full of so much noise right now. So many distractions. So many contradicting views. There's an overflow of information. In fact, we are overloaded with information. And we're at the point where we can't disseminate between what makes sense and what doesn't because of the amount of information and the glamour that surrounds the information that we get. So it is important to take some time and listen. And hopefully you will learn when you do. And so that ends this series of 3. Brilliant. I enjoyed this one. And there's so many. Now we're moving into, like I said, the designer of this, his name is Yogi. I have Michael series, which was done. I have one done by Dali. I have one done by, I just call her American Girl. She did really a fairly up-to-date one, and the ones that I actually did, plus the Niger series, the No Shaking, and quite a few that I will talk about. But I would sort of like mix and match and bring the ones that I believe, or I hope, not just assume, I hope are pertinent. That's the information that they put forward is useful. So we wouldn't just sit down and be vibing without you getting some kind of constructive piece of information from this interaction. Yes? Yeah. It's the big lips. That's why sometimes my words get crushed up. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your audience. Like I said, if you like the videos I do, please subscribe. Facebook, you can subscribe and hit the notification button on that. You go to the YouTube channel, which is YouTube/user/EAPENU. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and you will get updates with regards to videos that I do. My website is ea2wo.com. On social media platforms, you would find me, ea2wo.com. Type that in, Instagram, whichever one you want, you'd find me there. And I'll be making more videos talking about things that I feel are useful. Talk about Inspirewear, what inspired most of the quotes and all that. And until the next video, I wish you happiness and success in all that you do, long life, prosperity, safety, and some semblance of sanity in this insane time. And I always close by saying, please, as much as you can, make every effort to refuse to lie to yourself, because that's the greatest form of respect that you can give yourself. Much love to you and yours. Thank you. Have a nice day.